So I'm going to show you in this video is Outlook with CoPilot 365. So first thing to notice is I'm using the new Outlook, and the previous version of Outlook, which has been around for a very long time, is slowly starting to have CoPilot embedded into it, but it's not the full version of CoPilot 365. So I would recommend upgrading or switching over to the new Outlook because at some point it'll become mandatory anyway. So a couple of things I'm going to show you is if we start a new email, what you can see is I'm going to write an email to Dave. And the first thing it says to me is I can either type or I can draft a Copilot. So I could just type an email and I could just say, hi, Jay. Oh, hi, Dave, I should be saying really. What's the latest on expenses? Okay. And I can then use Copilot to rewrite it or whatever I want to do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start blank and I'm going to hit the Copilot icon on the top corner so you can see it's up here. Or alternatively, what you can do is I can click on Draft with Copilot and it pops up with this icon here. Okay. Now, what I can do is it says, what do you want this email to say? So I'm going to say, write an email to ask Dave for an update on the latest expense report for August. Now, I can generate that, and that's going to create a draft for me, and it's going to do exactly what I've asked. Now, like every good prompt, the more information you give it, the better the outcome is going to be. So you can see this as a nice short email. Hi, Dave. Just checking to see how you're doing the latest expense for August. I know you've been busy with other project. I really need that report back as soon as possible. And it is important for our budget planning and accounting. So it doesn't sound much like me. It sounds a bit more patient than I am. So what I want to do is I can now make a bit of a change on it. So I can basically tell it to make it a bit more direct. So I'm going to say, make it more direct. Okay. And I'm just going to hit on the arrow, and that's going to make it more of a direct email, which probably sounds a bit more like me. Dave, I need the latest expense report for August ASAP. It's vital for our budget planning and accounting. When we finish, and send it to me. And I can say, yeah, great, I'm happy with that. Or what I can do is I can click on the little icon here, and it gives me some ideas as well. So I can make it longer, shorter, more formal, more direct, more casual, or even make it into a poem. So if you want a bit of fun, I'll recreate it as a poem, and this will go away now and create a poem. So, Dave, I need a rhyme to match the time that you spent on the expenses report. So, quite happy with that. I like a good poem. So, as you can see, look, you've got all three examples that I've got here now. So, you can go back and forth as you see fit. So, I'm going to say keep it. And you can see now it's just finished off. And I can just obviously send that over to David with my title expenses report. Now, that goes off and that is set. Alternatively, what I can do is before I send that email, what I can do is I can hit the Copilot icon at the top here, and I can do something called coaching by Copilot. And this again is a really, really good tool. So if you're like me and you want a bit of coaching on your tone, the sentiment, and the clarity, this will give you some ideas. So as an example, adopt a respectful tone. So it says that rhyme is creative and adds a unique touch, but the tone could be more respectful and professional, especially when requesting cooperation. So it has said to me, instead of don't give me any dirty looks, consider please ensure it is completed accurately to sound more professional. So I could sort of agree with that and say, yeah, okay, I might go in and change that a bit more, and I might add this information. I can have a look at reader sentiment, so you can see the email aims to motivate the recipient to complete a task, but it could be more encouraging and collaborative. So again, I've got some suggestions there. And the clarity, again, I've got the same. So the email specifies the task and the urgency, but it could provide more clarity on expectations and deadlines. So again, it's giving me some coaching. It's not going to rewrite it, but it's going to give me that information. So what I can do is I'm just going to close that off. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to hit the and I'm going to draft a Copilot, and I'm going to basically say, rewrite this email more direct, asking for my latest expenses report. And then I'll again choose what I want. So I'm going to make it a bit more. I'll make it more formal, and I'll make it a nice long reply. So again, that's going to go away and create a draft for me. So Really good if you want some coaching on it, or you literally just want to just need an email. And again, you can just add some start and end to your email as well. So you can see I need latest expense report as soon as possible. And again, you can do some coaching on that as well. So once that goes, Dave will get that email and away to go. What I want to show you now is when I get a reply. So I'm going to go over to this folder, which is my Copilot demo, just to avoid showing all my emails, which I'm sure you don't want to see anyway. But what you can see is there's a few emails back and forth with Dave and I talking about this expenses report. So you might have had an email over maybe a week's period, forgot all about what Dave asked and what you asked, and you just need a bit of a summary. Copilot will run in every email. So just click on the summary by Copilot, and you can see Jay asked Dave to update the expense report and include the heating cost for Bridgend. Dave has clarified Bridgend only has electric heating and mentioned obviously that Malcolm always has the electric heater, and he's going to plan to discuss it on Friday. So again, it's really good for me to be able to see a summary. So I can reply to that now, and what I can do again is I can just bring up my draft of Copilot, and I can say, respond to Dave with instructions to speak to Malcolm at the highest urgency regarding his foot heater. So again, what this is now going to do is, because I've got some more context in that email, it's going to read that email back. It's going to understand the email a lot more, and you can see then obviously it's asking me. Now, what you will notice is, you know, we've still got it in a poem form. Okay, so we're not going to make it a poem. We're just going to make it more formal. So again, that will go away now and redraft that for me. And it says, look, Dave, I'm concerned about our power bills. Not me is a significant issue as it lowers the temperature for everybody else. So again, you can see that it's very, very good in regards to what we're asking for from Outlook as well. So really helpful if to draft emails, to respond, and everything else that you're doing as well. So really clever in regards to summarizing, writing in new emails, and also coaching as well, which is very good. So hope you enjoyed that video, and thanks for watching.